to man. Now, some of you fellas out there are probably going to say that's why some of us act like monkeys. But what Mr. Charles Darwin was trying to tell us in his own way...
Bertram T. Cates.
Come off it, Sam. You've known me all my life.
Bert, you're charged with violation of Public Act 31428, Volume 37, Statute Number 31428 of the State Code, which makes it unlawful for any teacher of the public schools to teach any theory that denies the creation of man as taught in the Bible, and to teach instead that man has descended from a lower order of animals. Bertram Cates, I hereby place you under arrest.
Monkey trial. Here's another one. Monkey shines in Hillsboro. The whole world's laughing at us. Look, from Chicago. Heavenly Hillsboro. Does it have a hole in its head, or its head in a hole? I'm telling you, we've gone too far.
Let them laugh. We fighting the Lord's battle, ain't we, Reverend? Well, I decide rather have some heathen a-laughing at me than to have my sons a-laughing at my Bible.
They mocked the Lord, too, didn't they? And they smote him and they spat upon him, and he turned to them his other cheek.
And look, Reverend, we don't want to smite them back. We just want to make them stop. Tom, you're a prosecuting attorney. Isn't there something we can do?
Well, in view of my position, I hardly think it ethical for me to express my opinion.
Then you better go back to law school. Gentlemen, I ask you, what do we care what a bunch of foreigners and city slickers think? Frank, you ever had a Frenchman staying at your hotel?
Now, look, you're missing the whole...
And how long since you sold a pound of grits to some smart aleck from New York?
Heaven has chosen us to show the way, to light the road for others. Back to the shepherd, back to the fold.
We're not sheep, Reverend.
Well, I'd decide rather be a sheep than a Judas goat.
Wait a minute. As mayor of Hillsborough, I stand to uphold the laws of this community, no matter how it may affect my political future. Now, I shall just ignore these slanders. Just like water off a duck's back.
Now, look, you only got 2 months more to go as mayor anyway, and you shouldn't have been elected in the first place. You've been a lousy mayor.
You can't say that he's been a lousy mayor.
My friend, as you all know, I deal with figures. Accounts, checks, balances. My bank operates on the principle of practical reality, and so do I. Are you aware, my friends, that the great big universities throughout the country will consider student applicants from our state ineligible because of this law? Now, I don't know whose idea it was to hang a shingle on Hillsborough spelling horse and buggy. But as for me, I won't invest in antiquity. I want my bank holding credit with New York, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and I may want my son to go to Yale. Now, I believe in just as much as anyone in this room in a basic fundamentalist interpretation of the Bible. But we can't close our eyes to all progress, to everything which represents a step.
Wait a minute. Matthew Harrison Brady volunteers to prosecute in monkey trial.
Matthew Harrison Brady. The Lord has sent us his right hand.
And I'll be working with him.
They'll come pouring out of the hills. This town will fill up like a rain barrel in a flood.
It'll be bigger than Chautauqua or Chattanooga. And people are going to have some place to stay.
And they gotta eat. This will put Hillsborough on the map of this country.
Let us give thanks to the Lord. Let us pray.
You better start praying, son. Imagine Matthew Harrison Brady coming here. I voted for him for president twice. Once in 1900 and again in 08. I wasn't old enough to vote for him the first time he run, but my pa did. I seen him once at a Chautauqua meeting in Chattanooga. When he spoke, the tent poles shook.